everybody, welcome. Today we're at D&M Art Studios in Canton with owner and artist Sharon Dillenbeck. Today Sharon is going to teach us how to pumpkin paint. Say hello to my little friend here. Hi Sharon, how are you?
I'm fine.
Thanks for having us. You know, before we get started, I wanted to let our viewers who aren't familiar with D&M Studios and yourself, give them a little background about you. We know that you have been such a creative force in the community for so many years. You're not only an art educator, but you're an advocate and a supporter. Why don't you kind of fill us in on your background?
Well, I graduated from the Art Institute of Pittsburgh a zillion years ago. And I teach classes from students from 3.5 all the way up to, I think my youngest is 87.
And so how long has the studio been here?
We've been here in this facility, we've been here 13 years, but I've been in business 22 since 1987.
Okay.
And we teach the fine art mediums, everything from drawing, painting, watercolor, oil painting, acrylics. We'll do group classes, workshops, art camps.
So you guys do it all?
We try. Not everything, but we try to do it all.
Pretty close.
Now, I'm going to show you how to start. And what we
Should I pick up a pen?
Yes, you should pick up a pen.
Okay.
What we recommend is you start with a water-based marker. Now, oh gosh, I made a mistake. How am I going to fix it?
Oh,
well,
yeah, I made one already,
I'll show you.
Okay.
This is why I have you use water-based markers to start with.
Great.
Then what you do is you take a permanent marker, you kind of dry
like
it a little
Sharpie?
bit. Yeah, a Sharpie.
Okay.
Then you go over those lines, because these are the lines you want to keep. And you're only going to
so
draw
you kind of trace over it.
Yep, only the lines you want to keep. After you've done your permanent marker, then you take your white and you go ahead and you take that color off.
Oh, great.
Because when you paint over it, that color's going to come right through.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, then you dry it.
Wonderful.
So now you're going to have a clean drawing to paint on. Okay. That's very clean paint.
Very nice.
Pretty good? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what we're going to start using is we're using acrylics. So all you do is start dipping into the paint.
Okay, and paint inside
and this is your palette.
Okay.
To mix your paint colors in.
Okay, so you're going to dip in here and then dip down there, and then
dip
that
in
way,
here, mix here.
You don't have to double dip anywhere.
That's right. And if you mix up my colors, then I yell at you. No, no, I don't.
Okay, well, I won't mix them up.
Come on, get going there. Any color you want.
Okay.
Turquoise. Well, there's no turquoise, but I'm going to paint the background light blue.
So I'm going to dip here and then dip there.
Yep. Or go straight to the pumpkin.
Okay. Well, what I'd like to do now is, while we finish up with our pumpkins and let them dry, is I would love for us to go around and take a look at your beautiful artwork. So Sharon, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of your personal favorites and what inspired you to paint them?
Well, I'm a painter of watercolor, oil, every media out there, but the one I like the most is my oils. And this is one of the first ones that I did that has been published in many different places. And this is Lake Michigan. This is when my daughters were little. The other one is, this is another one. They used to sit outside, Aaron and Kristen, and would sit outside and sell Kool-Aid.
Entrepreneurs, okay.
Even as little as they were. I have another one on the other side. It's the ballerina. I do a whole series on the child and her environment. I have many where I had the kids dressed up in Halloween costumes, and that was called Skittles because that's how I paid them.
So now, what inspires you to Do you paint a lot of pictures of children?
I am a children's painter. I am termed as an American Impressionist because my lines aren't exactly smooth. They're choppy, and when you step away from them, they blend together. I paint florals, still lifes, but to me, the Child in Her Environment series is really what makes me very happy. Okay. I do a lot of commissions, but I don't like to do a formal commission. I will, but if you want me to do your children, what I want you to do is take a lot of pictures of them at play and then bring them to me and let me look at them.
And how long does something like that take?
I would say between 2 and 6 months. If you're in a hurry, you know, I double the price.
Right. So, well, you know what? It's magnificent. You are so talented.
Thank you, and thank you for coming here.
Yeah, and do you have anything coming up?
Well, we have a couple shows here. We'll have the Three Cities Art Club show, and I'll be here. I'm also showing in out of state at the Hopkinsville Art Gallery.
Okay.
I have about 20 pieces there.
Is that Ohio? Or
Kentucky.
Oh, it's Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Wow, so you are all over.
And that has been a very profitable club to belong to. They're very, it may be a little town, but they're very out there.
So they're really into art.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Very much so. As we are here in our township, too.
Yeah. So, you know what? I have to say that when you say really into art, we in Canton, we have really grown leaps and bounds with the art.
I always say that we're so involved, we dabble so much in it, we think it. Sometimes I think we're going to be swallowed up by it.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Sharon. Okay, well, as we continue, we are here with Erin Kesey, Sharon's lovely daughter, who helped us to pumpkin paint earlier. And she, in her own right, is a very talented artist. And she has had various shows throughout the community. And we want to talk about a particular project that she did recently about deployment. So, Erin, tell us about surviving deployment.
In 2008, my husband was deployed to Iraq for about 9 months, and to cope with the feelings and difficulties I had going through that deployment myself, I painted a lot and painted my friends and family that helped me through the deployment.
Now, do all the paintings here depict your husband, or?
A lot of them are about my husband, or me and my husband, or my dog.
Okay.
Meatball that I have.
Which I'm sure he was a source of comfort for you during the time your husband was away. Yes. Okay. Yes. So do we have a picture of Meatball up here?
Yep, Meatball is up there with me.
Oh, okay.
He's a Great Dane.
Great. Of course, you've been blessed that he is back home safe and doesn't have to look like he'll be going back.
Not for a while.
And that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. So, Erin, if someone were to see your paintings and say, I have a loved one that's been deployed and I would love to honor them by having a portrait, how would they get in contact with you?
They could just contact me through the studio.
Okay, which is?
D&M Studios.
And the website?
www.dmartstudio.com.
Okay, there you have it. Well, Sharon and Erin, I had a lot of fun today pumpkin painting. And for those of you in our viewing audience, I hope you learned a lot about what it entails to come up with a masterpiece like this. As a matter of fact, this is our
Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh.
By Vincent van Gogh, and I think we kind of got like a little mad in here and just started going around with the paint, and voila, this is our masterpiece. So until next time, I'm ReGina Shamberger for Arts on the Road.